we on? Hey! All right. So yeah, welcome to Only Up, the game where the goal is to go only up. And if we go down at all, that's not going to be so good. So my name is Mitchriz. I am a speedrunner of various games that make you rage, from this to Sekiro and Elden Ring later. And I'm here with my co-commentator.
Hello, I'm Maxylobes. I speedrun horror games, but I know a lot about this one.
All right. So I'm going to go ahead and get this started. Starts out a little slow, so it'll give us some time to explain some things as we are going. And yeah, so the time will start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. All right. So first thing I need to do, right away, we have to change some of the settings before we get started. Gonna run this game in 120 FPS. Just works a little bit better that way. And I change a camera setting to put it right behind the shoulder. If you've played the game casually, you'll know it starts out kind of weirdly off to the side and makes the jumps a lot harder to do. The basic goal of going only up in this game, aside from, of course, just taking the intended paths, is that we're going to try to use all these beds as shortcuts. So I'm trying to basically find all of the bed locations and get them. Luckily, I know where they all are. I have played this game before, and ooh, this is an awkward spot. I'm gonna have to take a little backup elevator here, but not the end of the world. All right. So yeah, this game basically, it came out, it took the whole internet by storm, and there is a good reason for that, because it is so difficult, and anytime that you make a mistake in this game, you fall down a lot. So you can see I've already made my first mistake here, got it out of the way, and we had to go back up. As we get higher and higher, that's just gonna get worse and worse. If I make any more mistakes, we might be falling down a very, very long way. That one's not too bad. A little bit of a fall there, though. All right, Maxie, take over for me a bit. I'm
Need some concentration time.
Yeah, these concentration.
Pipes. So these pipes, yeah, they're not too easy. Nothing's really easy in this game. As Mitch said, you know, this is one of those esteemed kind of rage games. Getting Over it was kind of maybe not the first of its kind, but definitely the most popular of its kind. And then, you know, came along Jump King and many others. Only Up is just kind of an addition to that long library of games where the challenge is to go up. And, you know, we're climbing various weird objects in the sky. It's a very weird looking game at first, and it also controls very strangely. So Mitch is going to be doing a lot of cool stuff that makes this look a lot easier than it really is. So there's another one of those bed shortcuts there. That one is just going to skip a little bit of platforming on a literal train platform. And he's going to jump over this railway here. And it's funny, the developer actually put in an extra bed on this railway a few weeks after the game started getting a lot of traction. So yeah, thanks for that, because that's faster. Yeah. Which is going to do a really cool technique with this bed.
Yeah, the developer basically had to change this game several times, but every time that they did it, except for the very final time that they changed it, they made sure the speedrun was just as fast. Now, for this bed, I jumped off it once, but I'm actually going to jump off it a second time and use a little slow-mo to set myself up to just the right position. If I can get it, that should do it. And we can fly all the way over to here. Let's go.
Beautiful. Yeah, so using the momentum from falling all the way down from the first bed jump, hitting the railing to get you know, the different direction, yeah, you just get so much momentum in a completely different direction.
Yeah, that is how speedrunners have taken this game from just getting up pretty quickly and using the developer-intended bed shortcuts into something that can be very, very broken by abusing momentum and abusing the physics engine of the game. So you'll see that a lot more later, but that is our first taste of it. So as we come up here, time for maybe 1 or 2 donations real quick here.
Absolutely. I have a $25 donation from Oberga Dave. Let's go up, Mitch. Thank you so much for your donation. And I also have a donation of $20 from Skeleton Toucher. I see Maxie on the screen. I donate. Good luck to Mitchriz. Hype. Thank you so much for your donation.
All right, so as we come here into the oil refinery, we can talk about the different movement options that we do have. So the movement options are pretty limited in this game. We basically only get to do movement, we get to do jumps, we get to do these mantles on things like beds here where we kind of climb up here, and we have a crouch that we're gonna do. But that's about it. We don't have a whole lot of options for our movement. And so basically we're gonna try to avoid the slow things. So we're gonna try to avoid mantling most of all. So here I'm gonna do a little roll instead of grabbing onto the edge there, and it saves us a little bit of time. So in general, we prefer movement over everything, jumping if we have to, rolling if we have to, and then mantling is our sort of last priority that we try to avoid. So right there, I did a roll that actually, what rolling can also do is to gain you a little bit of height. So in that case, it gained us just enough height that I could get that mantle onto there and do a little shortcut. Here I'm gonna show off some momentum, if I can, do some bunny hops. Let's see if I get it.
1, 2, 3, 4.
A little
Okay.
short, a little short.
Still really good though.
Still pretty good, yeah. If I hit that bed, keeping all that momentum, we would have flown pretty far forward, but now I just have to hit this jump. Whew, a little scary. And move on here. All right. We're coming up on our first kind of big skip, not a bed, but something different, a momentum skip, where there is a wind turbine that's gonna be spinning with its blades, and I'm gonna try to land perfectly on the spinning blade and jump off of it to get a bunch of momentum and send me forward. All right, as I get there, I'm gonna use a little slow motion. There is slow motion built into this game that can make some of the scary moments a little bit easier. The world record doesn't use slow motion at all, but I definitely need it. This game is so scary. So
Most people need it.
absolutely. So I'm gonna try to jump off at a very particular time to land on one of these rotating wind turbine blades here. Let's see if I can get it. Jump off here. Use some slow motion to get myself in just the right spot and grab onto it. Excellent. And when I jump off, there we go. Look at all that momentum.
Good launch.
Slow-mo as I land so I don't slide off there, and there we go. Excellent.
So another cool thing that you'll see right there is these rolls. If you do them mid-air, you're actually canceling your momentum. And so you can kind of direct it somewhere else, different direction. So we just did that.
Oh, there was another double bed I could have done right there, but it only saves time if I grab something on the way up. And unfortunately, I didn't get the grab, so I'm just going to do a single bed there.
Yeah, that little thing that you have to grab is, well, it's quite little.
It is very
So-
little. All right, no worries though. This section is a little scary because as you can see, there is nothing below me if I fall. But these cars are fairly stable, so hopefully no issues here. All right. As we get to the end here, excellent. So we're coming up on another skip here where we're gonna use a trampoline and we're gonna try to keep our momentum, and we're gonna actually gain more momentum by being pushed by some tree branches. So if I do it just right, I can land all the way quite a bit further. If I do it a little bit wrong, it'll be okay. We'll just have to do a bit of a backup. But let's see if I can do it. I'm gonna use some slow-mo here for this jump because it's a little tight on the timing. Got it, excellent. And now the trampoline. Hopefully I can line it up just right. That's why I've got this crosshair here on the screen to help me line these up just right. Use slow motion, send it forward. Good momentum, and made it. Let's go. Okay, now we've got a little elevator to ride. So for our elevator music, can we get some donations?
If I can push the button, absolutely you can. I have $50 from Super Spicy Turo, only up, just like our donation total. Come on, chat, let's get that secret dog ending and $250,000 raised by the end of day 2. $250,000 hype. Thank you so much for your donation. We are now at 5,393 out of 10,000 needed for the secret dog ending. So let's keep those donations coming in for that, and thank you so much for helping raise money for such a wonderful foundation.
All right, excellent. And we're coming up on another double bed skip. This one is a little bit more interesting because not only am I going to bounce on the bed, but I need to have perfect backwards momentum. So I'm gonna line myself up a bit in front of the bed, and as I come in, use slow motion, get just right spot, send it backwards, and here we go, flying very far. But the skip's not over yet. We're at another trampoline, so that means another bounce. All the way back. And land just right. There we go,
Beautiful.
got the skip. All right, now we are just riding this elevator. At the bottom there, we actually skipped a little platform that says, oh, you won the game, but it's actually only halfway up, or a little less even. But yeah, as we're riding this elevator up, time for some more donations.
Absolutely, and I was able to hit the button this time, so that's great. I have a $25 donation from Ellen. It says the dog ending incentive can go only up from here. Can we start a dollar train for Silent Hill? Thank you so much for your donation. I have $50 from Bixel925. Glad to see donations to go only up. Thank you again so much. $25 from Gray and Argentus. What direction are you supposed to go in this game? I'm not sure, actually, honestly, if someone could help me out with that. Chat, audience, what direction? Thank you so much. I had no way of knowing. Johnny B donates $50. Left? No. Right? No. Down? Heck no. Only one way, baby. Thank you so much for your donations.
All right. I'm coming up on a little sort of stair section that is a little bit weird. If I do just the right movement, I won't get stopped. I got stopped once. No more, hopefully. Good. Okay, only stopped once on those stairs is pretty good for that section. And for a little ways, we're going to be playing this game more or less how it's intended. We're just going to be running and jumping on things. We've got a little while till we get to our next big skip. So if you play this game casually, this is sort of more what it would look like. Just running and jumping on things. Mantling is what we call it when you climb on things. And in this case, running along a giant skeleton that's a little bit thin. Hopefully I don't fall off. I've got to concentrate here. So time for some more donations, I think.
Absolutely. I have $25 from Crimson Tinted, AGDQ, Only Up, and Mitchriz, a winning combination. As an avid enjoyer of Mitchriz speedruns, I can assure you that saying ooh during the run brings him good luck. Thank you all so much for the work that you do. I have a feeling there's a story behind that, and I have a feeling that is not the case, but thank you so much for your donation. Curious about that story, though.
You know, I'm curious about that story as well. Anyway, moving on to this section here where there is a bit of a meme in the Only Up community that this Jesus statue, you can't actually go along the left side, just parkour along his chest, but it's really difficult and saves like half a second if you do it perfectly, so I'm not doing that. I am sorry to the meme enjoyers, but no left side Jesus today. But we will ride on Jesus's hand and get on a particular finger that's going to be the closest and let us jump off a little early when we get there. But in the meantime, this midsection is a lot of waiting around, so a few more donations.
Absolutely. I have $25 from Fuzzy that says, dog incentive, greetings from Tucson. Thank you. I understand why you submit that donation. Again, I'm really bad with city names. But thank you so much. We are now at $6,103 out of $10,000 for the secret dog ending. There's a hidden ending. It involves a dog. It is cute. I don't think I need to tell you anything else. That's all you need to know, dog. I have $50 from Luna Listier that says, let's bring that incentive for secret dog ending up. Thank you so much for your donation.
All right, so just past here, I can jump off, and then I'm gonna get to one of the scariest parts for me in the game, the tables, so I'm gonna have to concentrate here if, Maxie, if you've got anything to add as I'm doing this tables section.
Yeah, so this table section definitely has some scary moments, some thin platforms. Mitch is going to definitely do one safety strat here, which he practiced very well. He's going to line up here, do double jump, get on the book. Yeah, perfect, yeah. Continue up the library, and go up these stairs. These stairs are so flashy. Look at this, look at the movement. Now you got a bunch of floating books, and this upcoming area, funny story. When this game first came out, this sun that you see here, it's going to have a huge like ring around it, like a platform ring. But there was another one that kind of acted like a wall. but he forgot to put collision on the wall, so everybody was just running through it, and there was like this whole platforming section with all the planets and stuff, and he just took it out, and I was like, oh, okay, all right, defeat. But yeah, no, that section's just totally taken out, so he's going to go to the chess pieces now, which are fairly standard, a little wonky, but mantle a few times, not too bad.
And we are coming up on actually the very final trick of the game. Now, if you've played the game, you're probably thinking, what, you're not at the end. You're maybe like 2/3 of the way up, maybe 3/4 of the way up at most. But we've got a little trick up our sleeve. So there's another one of these shortcut beds placed here from the developer. But we are going to take it to a place that the developer definitely did not intend. So for this skip, I have to set the FPS down to 30. And I have to do a very particular jump here. I'm going to line it up with the crosshair and even go into first-person mode to line it up. Ignore the jankiness of the first-person camera. And use some slow motion even to land on the head of this dinosaur. And I've got to stand in a particular spot. I only have a few seconds to do this, but with slow-mo, it kind of gets extended to around 10 seconds, and I have to get into just the right spot. The character's going to kind of shift their weight a bit, so I have to reshift my spot after they shift their weight a few times, and if I can get it just right, the dinosaur is about to activate. I crouch down.
Here we go.
And we get sent only up. That's right. All the way into the sky. Here we go.
Stuff like this in speedrunning is so cool.
Absolutely. And from here, unfortunately, we must now go back down to the final platform. We are too high up. We have surpassed it, and we're falling back down. So as we're getting back down, this is the final bits of the run. As soon as we land, it's going to be time. So I'll make sure to get my thank yous out of the way. Thank you to GDQ for having me, and especially for having me for another run later. Thank you to the Only Up community that has kept this game alive. Even after getting delisted on Steam and all that, they have kept this game alive and still continue to run it, and they're so passionate. Time, by the way.
GG.
Thank you. What was the time on that run, by the way? 16:36. Wow, that is quite a run. That is quite a run. But yeah, thank you to the Only Up community. Thank you to just the speedrun community in general being so welcoming and so awesome, and just the greatest place to spend your time. I wouldn't want to have any other hobby other than speedrunning. It is so much fun, and yeah, that's about it. I'll save maybe some more of my speeches for the end of Sekiro versus Elden Ring, which, by the way, you are not going to want to miss. Both of those runs are absolutely ridiculous. We break the games in so many ways. I'm kind of rooting for Sekiro because it's a little bit nicer for me to run, but at the same time, the Elden Ring run is just so ridiculous. I kind of want to show it off. I don't even want to spoil what's coming, just in case it does win. But yeah, whichever one wins, it'll be awesome, and I will be doing that on Saturday. So with that, I think we're all good to get out of here. Thank you all so much. See you later. Bye-bye.